Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the Pz.Sfl Fitter 4B. That's the weapons carrier 4B. It's otherwise known as the Heischreck. It's a tier 4 German SPG with a 105mm gun. The other one has a 15cm gun. This one carries the same gun as the Leffy.
Let's get this show on the road.
Well, the commander of this vehicle is Mr. B. Yes, we've mentioned his full name before in the past, but we're going to call him Mr. B from now on because otherwise we could get in trouble with YouTube. This little Arty has a 105mm gun capable of 410 alpha, penetrating 26mm of armor with a standard reload time of 14.86 seconds. Mr. B has got it down to 14.22. Okay. He's looking downrange for a target. It's a BT-5. This is a tier 4 game with tier 3 tanks in it. And he's found another target there. Or is that the same one? No, it's an M5 Stuart, that one. Now he's aiming at an M1542. That's a tier 3 Italian. Oh my gum! He just got hit by a T6 and exploded. That turret really flew through the air. Okay, the next target we're looking at right now is a Chiha in the gully. But we couldn't get a shot on him, so now Mr. B is aiming for a Panzer III Aslains J over the other end of the gully. Rounds out. Okay, didn't get a kill with that one. We're not quite the same as the T6, but look at what that Panzer III does. He actually jumps over that rock and falls into the gully and tracks himself, and that's a direct hit. So he's actually managed to hit the guy who tracked himself in the gully. Now the Germans did actually manufacture this Arty. And it was built towards the end of the war. It was designed based on the Panzer III hull with Panzer IV running gear, or the other way around. And it was known as the Heischreck, which is a grasshopper. Aiming for a Strodny Viz 13-9. Just lands the shell a bit beyond him. He's got a T28 behind that guy. Does take a rather long time to reload. It's not quite the premium tank the Fifi is, or Leffy, but he does get a big hit there for 172 on the front plates of the Strodny, and he pulls back because he obviously didn't like losing half his hit points in one shot. Okay, we know there's a T28 there at the moment, but we can't see him, and there's another enemy tanker, Panzer III Aslains J, just around the corner, but he's also hiding. Okay, the next target we're aiming for is an Su-76 who's hiding there behind that bunker. You can just see him. Well, we did see him. Oh, but he's blown up now. That's a blind kill. The next target is an FCM 36 Pack 14, the French tank destroyer. Just waiting for the gun to go in the breach. First shot's a direct hit for 155. The Pack 40 has been hit again and tracked. And he fixes his track, but he gets blown up. Now aiming for the Valentine. Rounds out. Oh, it hits the rock face, so the shell couldn't get over that rock face in time to hit him. Okay, up here on the top of the platform, which we call a duck because it's shaped like a duck, there's a Hetzer, or the Jagdpanzer 38T. And he got a direct hit with that shot, but we can't see the Hetzer anymore. Nobody's spotting him. And there he is, he's actually moved. And he's lost over 120 hit points from that blind shot. Okay, an enemy Arty's been spotted in the distance. Yes. Unfortunately, it was one of our light tanks that saw him, and he just got wiped out. A T3 convertible. Now, I think that Mr. B's decided to get a little closer to the enemy so he can get a shot on that enemy Arty. He knows where it was. It was just behind the enemy vehicle, our teammate rather, and he's using the mini-map as his aiming tool. So I think that's where he's going to put the shell in, but he needs to get a little closer to get it within range. He's dialing in now, fairly certain that it's somewhere in that vicinity. Rounds out. Oh, he's got a blind kill! He did it with one shot! Oh my god, he must have penetrated that guy and wiped him out completely. Well, he's coming up to the rocks which act as dragon's teeth on this side of the battlefield. Now looking around for another target. There was a Chi-Ha up that end of the map, but we can't see him at the moment. He's probably retreated because there's only 3 left on the enemy team. In fact, the only other teammates he has at the moment are a T-28 and a Panzer III Ausführung E. Our guys are starting to close in on the enemy cap, and they found the Panzer III. There he is. He's down in the gully. Get a shot on target. We're just dialing in. Almost ready. Rounds out. Well, that probably would have been another kill because the shell appeared to be landing right next door to the target. He probably would have splashed it to death because this gun has whoa, going over those rocks. This gun has a splash radius of about 2 meters. So if you can land the shell close to the target, you will do a lot of damage. Okay, there's the other enemy tank. It's a T-28. Dialing in. Let's settle. That's about right. Rounds out. Oh, that's a one-shot kill. That's definitely a penetrating shot. No doubt about that. 251 hit points from that shot. And that means now there's only one enemy tank left, the Chi-Ha. Now, I'm going to wait until he's spotted before we can take another shot. Now, this actual Arty was devised so that they could actually remove the turret and turn it into a gun emplacement. This is one of the original conditions that they had at the time they designed the Hummel. The Hummel was actually produced as it was, but the Wehrmacht wanted an Arty where they could actually use it in defensive posture by removing the turret and putting it into a gun emplacement made of concrete, and then the vehicle could go elsewhere. The M8A1's scouting around the cap at the area at the moment to see if he can find that Chi-Ha. Mr. B having a quick look as well. It's too far for him to see. View range of this Arty is only 255 meters, and they found him. He actually went north. He's north of the cap. He's in that little area there, the gully leading into the lake area. We get a shot. Rounds out. Oh, definitely on target. 169 hit points. It didn't pen, but it definitely wounded him. And the M8A1's gone in for the clincher. He's trying to hold him in place. Fire the round in. Oh, now that actually damaged our teammate, but he got the kill on the Chi-Ha, and that's the end of the game. Well, that game was interesting because we don't often see games for the Pz.Sfl Effettive B since Wargaming moved them over into the Collector's tab. Not many people play this Arty anymore, which is a pity because it's actually quite a good Arty. He got a first-class tanker, Mr. B. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 12. And he got a win 8 of 6,845, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see he's got the second highest damage in the game. That T6 medium, the one that made the enemy M15 blow up at the start of the map. Yes, he start of the game, he got 1,577 hit points. The second highest damage went to Mr. B, who managed 1,395, and the third highest damage in the game actually went to the Hetzer, the one we hit earlier in the game. He got 1,026 hit points. When it came to kills, it was the T6 medium again, but he shared the top spot with that T28. Got 4 kills. Of course, we managed to get the kill on him later on, or Mr. B did, rather. And in joint second place, or actually not joint second place, sole second place, is Mr. B. He got 3 kills out of that game. Third place was the M5A1 Stuart, the Cruiser 3, and the Hetzer on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, it was the T6 medium got top spot with 783, Mr. B got 573, and 529 went to the Panzer T15. Mr. B fired 13 rounds in the game, 8 direct hits on the enemy, 3 penetrating shots, and 6 splash. Damage of 1,395 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Well, we know that the T28 was definitely a penetration. You can see it there. 251 hit points from 1 penetrating shot. I suspect that the other ones were the Su-76, yes. The one that he blind killed, 178 hit points from him, 1 penetrating shot. And how about the enemy Arty? Yes, the blind kill again. He managed to get 234 hit points on that guy, but it wasn't all in one shot. He actually got it off 2 shots, because I think he did fire in once, and then he fired the blind shot in, but he got a penetrating shot with that one, and it took him out of the game. He also earned 1,307 credits, rather. Not a lot of credits, but then he did have a lot of consumables on that game. And he also earned 2,579 XP from the game. So profitable in terms of both credits and XP. But it was an interesting game nonetheless, and a very high very high win 8, which showed he was actually making a large input to the game, but he just didn't get the highest damage in that game overall. But it was a good game all the same. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.